Good evening, everyone. I am Usman K, Assistant Professor, VITM Ballari. First, I welcome you all to my third video lecture on Module 4. So, in the previous video lecture, we discussed three-dimensional weaving concepts. So, we discussed what are the terms related to three-dimensional weaving, and we discussed various types of coordinate systems. So we discussed what is world coordinate system, next what is weaving coordinate system, next we discussed what is projection plane and where we need to place projection plane when we want to project three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional virtual plane or on a projection plane. So these are the concepts we discussed in the previous class, and we we are using 5 steps here to translate three-dimensional synthetic object in the world space or in the world or in the space onto the two-dimensional screen of the display system. So first step is, as I already discussed these things. Now before going to the next topic, I would like to revise what are the 5 steps we need when we want to project three-dimensional object on the screen of the monitor. So first step, we need to define position of the object in world coordinate system. Next, we need to define position and orientation of the camera, that is called weaving coordinate system. So in case of weaving coordinate system, in the previous video lecture, we selected one fixed point in a world coordinate system. That fixed point acts like a origin of the our camera, or that fixed point acts like a position of the camera where we kept or where we placed that camera with respect to that origin. So from that origin, we determine what is the z axis, what is x axis, and y axis with respect to camera. Next, we performed transformation of the object from world coordinate system to weaving coordinate system. So once you perform transformation, the origin of the camera coordinates will coincides with the origin of the object in the world coordinate system. Then we defined what is the position of the projection plane. So in the previous class, I said we can place the projection plane in 3 different places. With respect to z-axis is positive, with respect to z-axis is 0, and with respect to z-axis is negative value. So in these 3 different places where I can place the projection plane, and whatever the projection plane we are placing, that projection plane should be perpendicular to the our z-axis of the camera coordinates. So we define step 4 also. Now after specifying all the 4 steps concept, next we need 5th step, that is project the three-dimensional object onto the two-dimensional projection plane using projections. So today I would like to discuss 5th step, but I already discussed all the 4 steps in my previous video lecture. So today we want to discuss how we can project or how we can display already created three-dimensional object on the projection plane using the concept called projections. So what is the projection in computer graphics means projection is a one concept they are using in computer graphics to translate the description of the object on the projection plane with the help of projections. So when you project a given object on the projection plane, it is nothing but we can able to display that image on the screen of the monitor. So as I written here clearly, projection is a process of transferring description about the object to the projection plane. So we are using here projection concept for this purpose. But as per the three-dimensional viewing pipeline, we have one more type of transformations called projection transformations. So as I said in the previous video lecture also, when we are using three-dimensional viewing pipeline or when we are using three-dimensional viewing, then only we need projection transformations. When we are using two-dimensional viewing, we don't want projection transformations. So as in case of two-dimensional viewing or three-dimensional viewing pipeline, what we did means first we translated modeling coordinates to world coordinates by performing modeling transformation. Next to world coordinates to viewing coordinates by performing viewing transformations. Now in this model with respect to this topic, we want to map viewing coordinates to projection coordinates using projection transformations. Next, we need to map projection transformations to normalization coordinates by using normalization transformations. So once you perform normalization transformation, you will get normalization coordinates. Next, you need to map normalization coordinates to our viewport coordinates. Next, we need to map viewport coordinates to our screen coordinates. Then finally, we can able to view the three-dimensional object on the screen of the monitor. So this is nothing but three-dimensional viewing pipeline. But inside the three-dimensional viewing pipeline, we are using one of the transformations called projection transformation. So what is the meaning of projection transformation means projection transformations are used to project means display. Project the object descriptions, that is position of the object on the view plane. So to perform this process, we need projection transformations. So in case of computer graphics, we are using various types of projections to project the object description on the projection plane. So as we classified like this, first we have planar geometric projections. These projections are classified into two types in computer graphics. Like we have parallel projections and perspective projections. Again, parallel projections are classified into two types. One is orthographic projections and one more is called oblique projections. Again, orthographic projections are classified into various types of projections where I can view top end of the object, front end of the object, side end of the given object by using orthographic projections. In that orthographic projections, again we have axonometric projections that have isometric, diametric, trimetric. So these all are the various types of orthographic projections we are using in computer graphics. So if you see oblique projections, again we have various types. Again we have various types. Like we have a cabinet, we have a cavalier, and other types of oblique projections are there in computer graphics. So this is nothing but first classification with respect to parallel projections. Next classification is called perspective projections. In case of perspective projections, again we have three types. First one point perspective projection, 2 point perspective projection, and 3 point perspective projections. So these are the classification of projections. But I would like to discuss the main classification of projections is only two types. First one is called parallel projections. Second one is called perspective projections. Now I would like to repeat why we need projections in computer graphics. When I want to project image description or object description on the projection plane, I need projections. So we will see what is the first type of projections in case of computer graphics. So we are using first type of projections to project the image description on the projection plane using parallel projections. So in case of parallel projections, we are transferring coordinate positions of the object on the view plane using parallel projection lines. Means when you are transferring when you are transferring object description on the view plane by using parallel projection line is called parallel projections. So as you can see this example, please you see the mouse pointer. Assume that there is a one object called line segment. P1 and P2 is there in the world coordinate system. Now I want to translate this three-dimensional object called line segment in the world coordinate system to projection plane. Then I need projectors. So this dashed line is called projectors. And these projectors are we are using in synthetic camera to translate that object description from the space to projection plane or view plane. Same projectors we are using in case of real camera also. So in case of real camera, we are using rays. That reflected rays, it will project the image description on the camera film. I am telling in case of real camera. But in case of synthetic camera, the image description is projected on the projection plane or on a view plane by using projectors. This dashed line is called projectors, but these projectors are similar to rays in case of real camera. Now here we are using this. You can see that these projection lines are parallel to each other. When both the projection lines are parallel to each other, then it is called parallel projection. So in this example also you can see that I written parallel lines. Dashed line is called projections or parallel lines. These two projection lines are parallel to with each other. So P is converted to P dash, sorry, P1 is converted to P1 dash, on the projection plane. P2 is translated to P2 dash on the projection plane. So when we will get two endpoints of the line segment on the projection plane, it means that we projected three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional projection plane using projection concept. This is nothing but projections in computer graphics. And whatever I am explaining here, this is called parallel projections. Next is, what are the characteristics of parallel projections in computer graphics? So the first property or first characteristics of parallel projection is it allows the observer to view the object from the infinite distance. From the infinite distance means the distance between projection plane and object can be infinite distance. Means if you place the camera from the object at the infinite distance also, we can capture that particular object, and captured object is projected on the projection plane using parallel projection lines. So as you can see that one building is there, and I kept projection plane perpendicular to this building. Now with the help of parallel projection lines, I am projecting three-dimensional building as the object that is exist in the world to the two-dimensional projection plane. So after projecting this building from the space to projection plane, you see that how it looks. How it looks means it says that we displayed that object on the projection plane with the help of projection lines. But what we need to notice here means when you move this projection plane far from the object also, we can able to capture this image and we can project this image on the screen of the projection plane. If you move this projection plane infinite distance from the building or from the object, these projection lines are always parallel to each other irrespective of distance between projection plane and object. So this is the first characteristics of parallel projection. Next is next properties. Next properties. When we move the object far from the projection plane, then projection lines are remain parallel to with each other, but shape and size of the object will never change. So this is one of the beautiful property of the parallel projection. What I am telling here means when you move the object for the infinite distance from the projection plane, those projection lines will become always parallel to each other only. So when it will become parallel to each other, then the shape and size of the object is remain same. Means it will never change. Either you can place the projection plane near to object or far from the object. So as you can see this example, assume that there is a one object in the space called line A and B is there. If I place projection plane far from this line segment or far from this object, and I will project this line segment from the space to projection plane, but projection lines are always parallel to with each other for the infinite distance. For the infinite distance. So this is the second characteristics of parallel projections in computer graphics. Then we'll move to second type of projection called perspective projection. So in case of perspective projection, the object positions are transferred, means object description or the position of the object in the space is transferred to the view plane along the projection lines that converge at a point. This is the characteristics of projection, perspective projection, I can say that, or this is the definition of perspective projection. In case of perspective projection, when object description is transferred to view plane along the projection lines, those projection lines will converge at the certain point, and that point is called vanishing point here, or I can say that center of projection here, like this. Now you see this example. If you see the example, you may get the clarity. Assume that object is nothing but line segment is there. When I transferred this object position on the projection plane or on the view plane with the help of projection lines, these projection lines will coincides with the certain point, means both the projection lines will meet at the certain point. That meeting at the certain point is called convergence point. See that if you compare this example with the parallel projections, in case of parallel projection lines are always parallel when you translate position of the object on the view plane. But in case of perspective projection, when we translate position of the object on the view plane, these projection lines are parallel in the beginning. But as the distance will goes on increases, then at this certain distance, both the projection lines will meet at a certain point. So this is called perspective projection. So our eyes, when we are using perspective projection, that converging point is also called projection reference point or center of projection or vanishing point. So in the further slide, I will use this concept once again. So only I am explaining here only that converging point is also called projection reference point or center of projection or vanishing point. So I written one note with respect to perspective projection. As you can see that projection lines are not parallel to each other but converging at a certain point, means it will meet at the certain point. So this is the one property or one concept in case of perspective projections. So we'll see the properties or characteristics of perspective projections. The first characteristics of the perspective projection is it allows the observer to view the object from the finite distance. Means perspective projections allows the observer only when object is at the certain distance, then only we can able to transfer that object description on the projection plane. But if you compare this property with respect to parallel projection, in case of parallel projection, I am using the word called infinite distance. Means if I place the projection plane infinite distance from the object, then also we can project that particular object description on the projection plane. But in case of perspective projection, object is visible only at the certain distance or only at the finite distance. But object, if I kept the object at the infinite distance, we cannot able to transfer that object description on the projection plane. It is nothing but in real camera. In the real camera, when you want to capture the object, you need to place the object at the certain distance. Then only you can able to see that object. If you place that object in the infinite distance, then our real camera cannot able to capture that image. That concept we are using in case of perspective projection. So only I am highlighting the first characteristics of the perspective projection is it allows the observer to view the object from the finite distance. It means if the object is within the specified distance, then only our synthetic camera can capture that image and it can be project that image on the projection plane. So the beautiful example, a real world example, as you can see that a road, all the roads in our real life, these all are the example for perspective view. Assume that, please you see this image. Assume that we are standing here. See the mouse pointer. We are standing here. You consider the two sides of the road. So if you go on see the two sides of the road, those two sides of the road acts like a projections or projectors. In the beginning, those two sides of the road, it looks like a we have a two parallel lines. We have a two parallel lines. As the distance passes or as the distance increases, I can feel that or we can feel that those two lines are converging at the certain point. This is the one of the example for the perspective projections. Means in the beginning, the two road sides of the lines looks like it is parallel, but at the certain distance, it looks like it is meeting or it is converging at the certain point. That converging point is called vanishing point here. So we'll move to next slide. You may get the more clarity with respect to perspective projections, right? So second characteristics of perspective projection is when we move the object away from the projection plane or when we move the object far from the projection plane, then projection lines are meets at certain point, but shape and size of the object will change in case of perspective projections. This is one of the important property or characteristics of perspective projections. What I am telling is when we move the object away from the projection plane, then projection lines are meets at the certain point. When it meets at that particular position, our shape and size of the object will change. Means it will looks very smaller when I move the object away from the camera or when I move the object away from the projection lines, right? So this is the property of our eyes. So God has created our eyes in a such a way that I can say that it obeys the property of the perspective projection. When object is nearest to our eyes, that object size looks like it is larger. When I move that object away from the our eyes, the size of the object will goes on decreases. When I move that object to the infinite distance, that object will be vanished. Means I cannot able to see that object. That object looks like a dot. If I move that object for the infinite distance, if I move that object to the infinite distance, that object exists. That object is not at all exist. Our eyes can feel like this. So I can say that perspective. Our eyes are nothing but perspective projections. They're using perspective projections, but computer graphics supports perspective projections as well as parallel projections. But God has not given that property, parallel projection property to human being. But in computer graphics, we created that concept also. That concept also. We'll move to next slide. We'll move to next slide. So as you can see that. So these are the examples I written. So best example for the perspective projection is, assume that you are painting on the wall. That also one of the example for perspective projections. When you are nearest to the wall, that paint looks like a that paint looks like very clear, or the size is large. Assume that you are drawing one cartoon. Assume that you are drawing one cartoon here. If you are drawing one cartoon on the wall, when your eyes are nearest to that wall, that cartoons looks very larger. When you move away from that cartoon, the size of the object or the size of the cartoon will goes on decreases. This is the property of the perspective projection. Here also railway track. The best example is railway track. So assume that you are standing exactly here. See the mouse pointer. Mouse pointer. Initially, the two tracks of the rail are the two tracks are there. So these two tracks looks like a parallel in the beginning. So these two tracks is called projection lines. You assume that in the initial stage, these two projection lines looks like a parallel. Here I can say that object size is larger here. When I move the projection plane far from the our object, or if you see these two tracks, it looks like at this certain point it's meeting. It's meeting like this, but in reality it is not meeting actually. But by standing here, I can say that by standing here, I can say that it looks like it's meeting somewhere. That is called converging point. Means in case of perspective projections lines are converging at the certain point. And even when you are creating gaming application also, we need this property. Assume that here, we assume that there are two bridges are there here, very two big walls are there. You are standing here, so you can feel that these two walls are converging at this certain point. So this is the property, it is exist only in perspective projections. And third, I written characteristics. When we move the object far from the observer, then image becomes smaller. Means that is changing shape of the object. Changing shape of the object means when objects are closer, uh, we can feel it is a larger. When I move the object far from the camera or far from the projection plane, size of the object will goes on decreases. So this is the characteristics of perspective projections. So how we can use this parallel projection and perspective projection means, see that here. In case of perspective projection, the shape of the perspective projections is like this. Means whenever we are using OpenGL programs in future, in the next slides, I will explain how we are using perspective projection and orthographic projections. So here XYZ is nothing but this is our camera. We located synthetic camera here, and this is our projection plane. This is our projection plane. If you see these projection lines, initially here we are standing, and the structure of the perspective projections are like this. But in case of parallel projections, see that projection lines are parallel to with each other. If I place object at the infinite distance from the projection plane, in case of parallel projection here, this is the orthographic projection and this is nothing but parallel projection. Next, if you see this example, at least you may get the clarity here. Assume that we are standing here. I am explaining first image. Assume that I am standing here. I want to project two objects in a space to projection plane. If I want to transfer these two object description on the projection plane, I am using parallel projections here. So when I am using parallel projections, you see that I have four parallel projections lines here. These projection lines are, it is parallel to with each other. Hence I can say that this is parallel projection example. But this is perspective projection example. Here projection lines are, here I can say that it is a parallel, but here I can say that it is not parallel. It is converging at this certain point. This is one more example. One more example. Now I want to integrate four concepts here. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Four concepts here. Whenever we are using three-dimensional viewing, I need to define position of the synthetic camera. So I can say that here, please you see the heading. I kept synthetic camera here. Means our eye is located here. And if the synthetic camera is there here, it means that I need to define what is the position of the camera with respect to viewing coordinate system. So I placed camera here, that is called synthetic camera. This synthetic camera having three axes like x-axis, like y-axis, like z-axis. This is the direction, means we are viewing object in this direction. See the mouse pointer. I am viewing, or we are viewing this object in this direction. Means in this direction means we are looking from left to right direction, or about the z-axis direction. Now I located camera here. So this is the position of the synthetic camera. After defining position of the synthetic camera, I need to define what is the position of the projection plane or view plane. Here, see that here. Please you see the mouse pointer. I written image plane. Image plane means view plane. View plane means projection plane it is. So, after synthetic camera, I placed projection plane so that I can display that image on the projection plane. So this is the second one I kept. After projection plane, assume that our object is there in the world coordinate system. Assume that object is nothing but our line segment here. One line is there. See, please you see that one line segment is there. Assume that this line segment is nothing but object. So I specified third component is called object. Next, I need to define clipping windows so that whenever that part of the object is present inside the clipping window, only that part of the object description I need to translate to the projection plane. So in case of three-dimensional viewing, we will call it as a clipping volume. It is like a cube. That is nothing but our clipping volume, where we have six two-dimensional clipping planes are there. Six two-dimensional clipping planes are there. You can see that here I clearly highlighted. This is called clipping volume. If it is a clipping volume, we have a near distance and far distance. Near distance represent, it is a distance between the projection plane to clipping volume. That is called near distance. Far distance means it is a distance between projection plane to end of the clipping volume. Means if your object is within the range of near clipping window and far clipping window, then only that object description can be translated to the projection plane, and those projection plane information can be projected on the screen of the monitor. In case if whatever the object is there, if that object position lies outside the clipping volume, means assume that after far distance that object is exist, our synthetic camera cannot able to capture that, because perspective projection property says that If object is exist in a finite distance from the projection plane, then only object can be able to view, or then only object can be displayed on the screen of the monitor, or object description can be translated to the projection plane. If object is exist at the infinite distance means after far distance. After far distance, if the object is there, we cannot able to view that object, or we cannot able to translate that object description on the projection plane. So I will conclude this topic here only. Whenever we are using three-dimensional viewing, I need to define position of the synthetic camera. With respect to this slide, I can say that I located synthetic camera here. Means origin of the synthetic camera is here. Please you see the mouse pointer. After camera, in front of the camera, always I need to place projection plane. So I defined position of the projection plane also here. In front of the projection plane, we need to assume always we have a object. So assume that there is one object in the space. There is one object in the space that is called one line segment. If I am holding pen, I can say that that pen is a object. It is exist in the space. Definitely that object having x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. Now what I am telling means, if I am holding object called pen, the direction towards the camera to pen is called z axis. I will repeat. The viewing direction is when I am viewing that pen, that viewing direction is we are viewing that object from the camera towards the object, that is called viewing direction, or that is called z view direction of the camera. Here please you see the mouse pointer. Here we are viewing the object from left to right. So I said in front of projection plane I supposed to place object, and that object position should be within the clipping volume. So here we need 6 two-dimensional clipping plane, because I want to check whether the width of the object lies inside the clipping window or not, height of the object lies inside the clipping volume or not, or depth of the object lies inside the clipping volume or not. So if you want to check width, height and depth of the object, whether it lies inside the clipping volume or outside the clipping volume, to check this I need 6 two-dimensional clipping planes. So that those 6 two-dimensional clipping planes is interconnected like a cube. So I can say that that is our clipping volume. So these are the 4 components I need to specify when I want to project three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional screen. So these are the basic things we need. So in the next video lecture, I would like to discuss what are the various types of perspective projections and what are the various types of parallel projections. Now before concluding, I would like to revise what is projection. We are using projections to project or display three-dimensional object description on a two-dimensional view plane. This is the purpose of using projections. When you want to translate object description on the projection plane, we need projectors. And these projectors are similar to rays in real camera. If those projection lines are parallel to each other, then I can say that it is a parallel projections. When projection lines are converging at the certain point and it is not parallel to with each other at the certain distance, I can say that it is a perspective projections. And our eyes are best example for perspective projection, because When object is nearest to our eye, the size of the object looks larger. We are performing zoom in, zoom in. The size of the object will looks larger. When I move either object far from the eye or when I move eye far from the object, the size of the object will goes on decreases. Means the size of the object will goes on decreases means the shape of the object will goes on changes. This is the property present in perspective projection, and our eyes are the best example for the perspective projections. But in case of parallel projection, those projection lines are, it is always parallel if you move the object at the infinite distance. Even if you move the object at the infinite distance also, the shape and size of the object will never change. So this is the major difference between perspective projection and parallel projection. Thank you.